Hello, welcome to another edition of The Night Sky. This week, I'm your host, Andrew Fazekas, the Night Sky Guy. It is February 6th, 2023. Thanks for joining. I like to see everyone come into the chat, show me where they're watching from. It's great to see you folks. I love seeing where you are. I've got folks from the UK, Colorado, Delaware, Florida. Fantastic to see everyone around the world. That's great. And I hope you had some clear skies. Had some nice views of the comet, perhaps. Did you get to see that green comet, Comet ZTF, that's made so much news of late? I posted some really basic sky charts a few days ago. You can check that out, showing where the comet's going to be over the course of the next week or so, and some of the milestones, some interesting particular dates that you may want to note that are going to be great for watching the comet. And I'm going to cover a little bit of that today in the broadcast as well. So why don't we dive right in? And without further ado, here is the sky chart for Monday, February 6th. This is what the sky will look like from mid-northern latitude, showing just after about a half hour after sunset. And what you're going to be noticing is a scattering of bright dots in the sky. And what will particularly probably you'll note is the brightest in the southwest, which is the planet Venus. Venus is setting soon after the sunset sets itself. So that's going to be a limited opportunity. So if you want to see Venus, it's best to get out as soon as darkness begins to fall. As soon as the sun sets, it's that bright, bright star following the sun. Above that is Jupiter. Jupiter's right there. Really easy to see as well. Let me just get these orbital paths off. There we go. So those are the basically the two bright star-like objects that pin the southwest skies just after sunset, and that's going to be visible throughout the week as well. And then if we turn our attention towards the east, and if I just go a few hours after sunset, what you'll notice peeking right above the east there, right there, is the moon. We had a full moon late last night, early this morning. And so tonight, Monday night, it will appear like a near full moon, extremely bright. It's rising in the east, and it is situated basically next to a bright star. See if you can find that. I mean, it might be you might have a lot of glare from the moon, but I think you'll enjoy this view. It's of a star called Regulus. It marks the heart of Leo, the Lion constellation. And it's a star that is about 78 light years away from us. And it's the brightest star in the constellation Leo, the Lion. What you'll notice with Leo, the Lion, let me just move this off here. You see this giant backwards question mark right there, sometimes called a giant sickle in the sky. And if I just move it over here, you can see that's the artistic representation of the mythical lion. So what that backwards question mark looks like is really, it does look like a backwards question mark, but it represents the head and mane of the lion. And then the punctuation mark is the star Regulus at 78 light years away. And this will be right next to the moon. So even if you're not familiar with this constellation, that's fine. You can use the near full moon as a guidepost in tracking down this really wonderful constellation. It's one of my favorite constellations. It's an ancient constellation. Some scholars think that there is evidence of the recognition of the lion figure in this group of stars there, dating back to 10,000 BC potentially. It's really incredible. It is considered one of the most ancient constellations. It has that connection to the Great Sphinx in Egypt, of course, and many other representations of lions in across different cultures in the world. And the back end of the lion is marked by 3 stars here. You can see the this trio, this little triangle of stars marking the rump of the lion and the tail of the lion. So it's a really interesting, distinctive constellation. Here you can see the group of stars all connected by lines of what you can see. And this is a traditional constellation that's going to be rising earlier and earlier and being very distinctive in the eastern sky in the springtime in the northern hemisphere, or the fall for those of you in the southern hemisphere. And so we're now in February, and this is a view at around 9 o'clock at night, but it'll be earlier and earlier, the rise of this constellation, as we progress in the next weeks and months ahead. And it's really traditionally considered a springtime constellation for those of us in the northern hemisphere. So the moon is situated, like I said, right next to it. This is on Monday night. If we go forward in time, say the next day, you'll see the moon at the back end of the lion. And then it's going to continue moving on. Let me just move up here later at night. So you'll have to kind of stay up later at night to see the moon as we go towards the end of this week. So this is Thursday, February 9th that I've got this set up right now. And you can see the moon is in Virgo, the maiden constellation. And just watch what happens. You see that star down there? That's Spica. It's going to meet with Spica later this week. Let me just get that here. This is Friday, and watch Saturday. So mark Saturday down on your calendar. Saturday, the February 11th. The February 11th of this Saturday is when the moon will be pairing up with the bright star Spica. Now, here's a close-up view of what the pairing will look like. Really beautiful pairing. And the star Spica, it's a blue-white star, and it's much farther away. Remember we were talking about the star Regulus being about 78 light years away. Well, Spica is 250 light years away. So this massive difference in distance between those two stars, and yet both stars are similar in brightness to the naked eye. If you're just looking at it at a glance, they are similar, and yet Spica is much farther away, which tells us that Spica is probably a much more powerful star than Regulus is. Despite Spica being so much farther than Regulus, it still can compete in its brightness. So something really neat to observe when we're talking about this bright star in relation to the other stars in the sky. So this is February 11th, again, looking towards the southeast. Saturday night coming up, you'll have that beautiful pairing of the moon and Spica in Virgo, the maiden constellation. Hi, Karen from Central Mississippi. Nice of you to join. Leonard from Arizona as well. Very nice. Thank you for joining us. Who else is here? Let's check the comments out. Dustin from Australia. Welcome. Nicole from Sarasota, Florida. And we've got someone from Colorado as well. That's great. So fantastic for you guys to join. Thank you. And I hope you're picking up a few things that you can actually see. And Ryan. Hi, Alana H. from UK. Can I please get a shout out? Of course, Alana. So nice of you to join us. I hope you're learning something about the night sky and learning a few things about where to find some beautiful stars and using the moon as a guidepost. I love using the moon, and so easy to find, and it's really valuable when you're learning about it. So Alana, I hope you have a great journey in stargazing. Thank you so much for joining this broadcast. And Josie says, just found your channel. I love it. Hello from Canada. A fellow Canuck. Great to see. Great to see. So that's the moon. Now, let's talk about that comet ZTF. I'm going to dial that into my program here. Just give me a second. I'm going to put that in. The official name is C/2022 and E3. And there we're going to zoom over to where the comet is located. And what you'll notice is on Saturday the 11th. Okay, this is in the morning, but let's just move it a little bit earlier so that's actually Friday. Let me just fix that, because I think most people will probably be up, may not want to stay up that late. And you don't need to with this comet. What's really cool is this comet is going to be passing by the bright planet Mars. So if you haven't seen the comet yet, and I know many of you have been trying, and I've stated in my comments on Facebook that don't be too sad. It's not that easy to find. The comet has been difficult, going through some emptier parts of the sky where you'd have to really know your sky better to really track it down. This isn't that bright of a comet. It's something in the realm of binoculars and small telescopes, and you really would have had to have a dark, super dark sky to have a hint, a chance of even seeing it with the naked eye. And so this, I think, will be your best bet. Coming up on Friday night, February 10th, it will be passing by Mars in the constellation Taurus the Bull. So where you're looking is look generally towards the west. Okay. And again, this is set up for mid-northern latitude. So I'm in Montreal, Canada. This is the kind of stuff that folks in Vancouver, Seattle, northern California, Tokyo, Rome, London, that kind of area would have pretty much the same place in the sky that this is visible. But with that said, you can see it. If you could see Taurus and Orion's belt, see Orion's belt over there? If you could see that in your skies, then you'll be able to have a shot at finding this comet. So here we have Orion, very familiar. So just to set the scene, this is the 3 stars that mark the belt of Orion. Very easy to see, even if you're stuck in the city and there's a lot of light pollution. This is something you'll be able to find. And then kind of draw an imaginary line towards the right using those 3 stars, right? It's a crooked line, but let's just say a general line to the next brightest star. That will get you to Aldebaran, okay? That's where, that is the red eye of Taurus the Bull, okay? And let me get that comet back here again. And the comet will be next to, above that bright star, Aldebaran, is that other dot star-like object, which is called Mars. And Mars is a planet, not a star. Remember that. So it's actually shining because of sunlight hitting the surface of the planet. Right? It's really amazing. That's why you can see it kind of looking orangey in color, very distinctive orange, ruddy color of Mars. That's all the iron oxide filled dust that covers the surface of Mars. That's what gives it that beautiful color. And the comet is going to be flying right past it. So this is a fantastic opportunity to see both. This is kind of the view that you would have through binoculars. You can see the positioning of both the comet and Mars would fit into an average pair of binoculars. So whatever binoculars you have, bring it out. It'll really help you locate this comet next to the bright planet Mars. Mars is easy to spot with the naked eye, even from the city, and then use that as your guidepost to tracking down the comet. Now, I'm going to give this star chart for you guys so that you have this. It'll be on my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, wherever you're watching, on YouTube as well. I'll make sure I post it. And try to use this sky chart as a guidepost in tracking down your comet. I think this is probably your last best chance because this is such a bright object, Mars is. I think you can easily get a chance to catch that comet. If we look at the path of the comet, let me just plot out that path. Here you can see it. Okay, so here we are on the 6th of February, and look where the comet is. The comet is close to Capella. So if you're watching it tonight, you can use Capella as an object. And I posted these sky charts, by the way, for both of these, this pathway that you're seeing here just a few days ago on my Facebook channel. So you can check that out if you're watching on Facebook. But I'll post it again for this week, so you guys have the right sky chart to go track down the comet. But again, The comet is now beyond, I would say, naked eye visibility. You won't really have a chance to see it with the naked eye. Binoculars is the way to go. So if you can grab a pair, you'll have a good chance of seeing it. Use this bright star Capella as a guidepost tonight. And then over the next few nights, you could see as moving quickly across the sky until on February 11th, Friday, Saturday is when it'll be passing by Mars. So Friday night into Saturday night. And then a little bit later, it'll actually be visiting Aldebaran around the February 15th. So that's next week. So you can mark that down on your calendar too. You want to get another chance at the comet. Remember, the comet is fading as the days go on, so it may become a little bit more trickier depending on how bright your skies are, how much light pollution, how strong your binoculars are, how bright intrinsically the comet is. That will really depend how your chances of seeing it. But on the 15th, it's passing by Aldebaran, the eye of the bull. Remember how to find that? Use the 3 stars that mark the belt of Orion nearby, and you draw out an imaginary line to the right of it until you reach the bright orange star. That is Aldebaran, and that is where comet ZTF will be passing by on the 15th, 16th of February. So just a heads up on that. That's coming out just so that you know. But Friday, Saturday night, it's going by Mars, which is even brighter than Aldebaran. So I would definitely try for that. I know I will be. I'm hoping for clear skies. So that is, and just to put it into relation, you're probably wondering how bright of a comet it is. I've been able to see a few comets in my time. This one is not the brightest. I would say Comet Hale-Bopp in the mid-1990s was fantastic. I think it was 1997 spring, March, April. Fantastic. I posted a little picture of Hale-Bopp that I took from in the Montreal area. It was just really fascinating. So highly recommend you take a look at that picture just to give you in relation what a really great comet is like. And we're overdue for one. We really are. Comet McNaught, for those of you in the Southern Hemisphere, back, I think it was about a decade ago, was fantastic. But here in the Northern Hemisphere, we really have a big drought. So anyways, I'll post everything. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I love your support. Remember, I have books for sale that are autographed and personally signed to you for sale that I'm selling. Backyard Guide to the Night Sky by National Geographic, and also Stargazer's Atlas, a big, giant 6.5-pound book of all the constellations, all the sky, visible everywhere around the world. That's also personally signed editions that I'm selling. It's on my website, thenightskyguy.com. I'll post the link in the comments right after the show. Thanks so much for watching. Please give it a thumbs up, this video, if you like it. Share it with your friends. Let's get more people out sky watching. It's a really great time to do that. Easy to learn. It's fun. Thanks so much. I wish all of you clear skies. Until next time, bye-bye.